Alright, people, welcome back to Schwarzenegger season. And today we have to go to the Terminator. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Terminator. I remember when this came out, when this steelbook came out, when steelbooks were a big thing and you had spine slashers just by the T and by the A. Some reason that was a big thing back in the day. Anyway, the Terminator, what can I say about this film? Everyone knows it. Everyone. I'm sure even Mike knows what this film is about. Everyone, you have to know about the Terminator. And to this day, it still holds up. To this day, it's still adrenaline pumping. It's a fantastic watch. Arnold, in this film, perhaps not later films, but in this film you can't imagine anyone else playing it. You can't imagine Mel Gibson, you can't imagine Stallone, you cannot imagine O.J. Simpson playing, the Terminator. You can't. He has 17 lines, less than 100 words, but man, he's awesome. He plays it to perfection. Michael Biehn as Kyle Reese, wonderful. Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor, just a waitress going about her life and gets thrown into this world. Doesn't have the same effect on the back. Anyway, do that again. I like that. And she plays it well. You have the police. Don't worry, there's 30 cops in this building. There could be 300 cops, it doesn't matter. Lance Henriksen's in it. For me, it's a science fiction action film with a horror vibe. I've heard it called a slasher film, maybe in the early parts when Arnold's going around killing all the Linda Hamiltons. I get that, but I don't agree with that. And even when the action's not going on and it's just Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor together, it's interesting. Michael Biehn has presence. And the effects, for the most part, yes, they look their age. They do. You can't deny they look their age. Hell, this is 40 years old next year. It looks better than I do. When the Terminator is destroyed, and they're embracing Sarah Connor, Kyle Reese, they're embracing the fire behind them. Then out comes the endoskeleton. When that's chasing them down the corridor, it looks of its time, stop motion. I've got no problem with how it looks, not a problem. The only one that I think stands out like a sore thumb is when the Terminator is in the mirror taking his eye out, and you can see that it's an animatronic, because it kind of looks like Arnold. And if you saw that, you'd never seen the Terminator, and you showed a picture of Arnold and showed that scene, you still know it was Arnold. But it looks a bit ropey, but I have no problem with it still. I really don't. The score is phenomenal by Brad Fiedel. Even the opening with, you put it on, you press play, and it tells you the cast and everyone. That music, I've listened to that so much. Just sitting down, listening to it, it's phenomenal. And the music throughout is great. And I also think that we don't need any more Terminator comes to Earth, somebody else has to protect somebody and they clash. We don't need that. What we want is more of the future war, where it genuinely looks like hell, where it looks like humans are fucked. There's massive Terminators, there's flying Terminators, they're shooting lasers, these machines are rolling over human skulls. That's what we need. we need a Terminator film focused on the future war. What Salvation should have done and could have done, that's what we need now for the next Terminator film, because there will be. Take the aesthetic of the future war from this film and T2 and make a 2-hour film of that. You don't even have to have anybody from these films in it. That's what we want. Needless to say, I love this film. I go back and forth as to which one I prefer. There was a time when I was watching this almost every week and I got sick of it, but I love it. And Tech Noir, that nightclub Tech Noir might just be the most 80s thing I've ever seen. And when the Terminator's scanning, Sarah Connor just ducks at the right time. Everything in Tech Noir, the music, the look of Tech Noir, I love it. Needless to say, this is a favourite of mine. And when I watch this, I prefer this. When I watch T2, I prefer T2. But this is a straight up science fiction action film with a horror vibe. And for that, it's awesome. We've got sillier and cheesier and dafter and camper and stupider as we've gone on through the series. When you look at this, then you look at T3, and Arnold takes the star-shaped sunglasses, he looks like Elton John. Then we have Terminator Genesis and Terminator Dark Fate. Fuck them films. This is the Terminator. It will not stop. It cannot be reasoned with. It cannot be bargained with. And it will absolutely not stop until you are dead. Then it'll walk off, start a family, and be shit. But the Terminator isn't. But everyone knows it. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. Cheers for everyone. I'll see you in the next video.